Welcome back, Spanish Mike TV here, Turning Point Podcast, with my guest, Crazy Chris Films, or maybe he just wants to be called Chris. I'm just introing my man right here,
You could just call me Crazy Chris.
Crazy Chris. All
Yeah.
right, I like that. What's happening, Chris? What's new with you, bro?
Nothing much, just the same old filming, skateboarding, traveling, trying to expand my my lifestyle, my passion for skateboarding and filming, take it to the next level.
That's dope. I want to go back because I just introed you and it's pretty funny. So you have a nickname, and I feel like everybody who's a filmer or becomes a filmer somehow gets a nickname. Like, how do I have Spanish Mike? It's pretty funny. It's another story, but
I actually want to hear that story.
okay, real quick, I'll say it to you. So my buddy Joe Face, he's funny. His name is Joseph, but they call him Joe Face because his teacher couldn't pronounce his name in school, so he would call him Joe Face, Joe Face. So he didn't know how to say his full name. So one day we were skating and we had another buddy named Mike in the crew, and everyone knew me as like the Spanish kid because they would come over and my grandma would be making rice and beans, and they're just like, "Oh, who'd you skate with?" They're like, "Oh, Spanish shoes, Spanish Mike," and then it just kind of like stuck and stayed. And then like fast forward time when I was like 16, my buddy was like, "Yo, you should change all your social media." When I had MySpace,
Yeah.
and I was still in high school. He's like, "What? Change it to Spanish Mike." I'm like, "You sure?" He's like, "Trust me, you're gonna not regret it." I changed it, and after that, it's been history since. So now it's became Spanish Mike TV, and then after that,
Yeah.
so forth. But
Now you're just Spanish Mike.
that's it.
Nice. So mine goes back when I was in college. I got all my tuition given to me at one time, and I've never seen so much money in my life that I went on a party binge for 3 months, and I wasted all my tuition,
All of it.
all of it, like all of it. I learned all my life lessons in 3 months, and I was pretty crazy, and I got the name Crazy Chris. And at the time they had AIM. I don't know if you remember AIM.
AIM, yeah, I had AIM.
And so everybody was creating an AIM, and I needed a name, so I chose Crazy Chris. And I was already filming, and then the one thing I did buy before I spent all my money was a camera that I was able to connect to the computer, because I've always had cameras, but I was never able to connect them to the computer, so I was never able to properly edit until I bought a camera.
What was the first thing that you filmed with that camera? So how old were you then? Were you
I was 18,
18?
but the filming actually started way before that. Like, I've had like VHS, Panasonic VHS was my
Yup.
first camera, which I started filming when I was like, I would say like 8.
Wow.
And like I didn't know how to edit or anything. I was just filming just to film,
Yeah.
do a playback, and then I just kept recording. And then I used to edit from VCR to VCR, which is the hardest thing.
I don't think I ever got a chance to do that, but VCR to VCR, I don't know.
So it's like you play one trick and then you dub it on another VHS.
To actually edit the video,
Yes,
or was it wow?
to edit the video, and then you gotta dub the audio in. So it was like a process.
The process sounds really crazy.
It was very crazy, and it was never accurate. So it was like you'll miss like the roll up, or you'll miss like the actual trick. But I was trying.
So did you eventually get to owning a VX, or
I I had the Canon version of the VX.
was it GL1 or
The
GL2?
GL2, but it wasn't mine. My friend had the money and he bought it,
Wow.
and I would always like, can I use it? And he
Wow.
would lend it to me, and I'll shoot skateboarding. And then I was like, I need to make some money with this, so I started shooting like quinceañeras and like weddings.
So you were like 15 or you were 18 at this time? Was this with the
With the
GL2?
GL2, I was like 17, 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you already had a passion to be a filmmaker.
Yes.
So you knew, like, damn, I think this is what I want to do.
I kind of knew, but I wasn't sure. I just knew like I was highly motivated, and I was like trying to hustle, and I needed money. And I was like, if I could make some money filming quinceañeras, like why not? You know, they're easy. Well, not really, but they're kind of easy.
Well, the editing parts, the filming's probably easy, and the editing was like the pain to tell the story.
Yes.
That's always the hardest part. Being a filmmaker and trying to edit is like telling the story. It's always about telling a story,
But
right?
it's easier. I feel like it's easier if you're shooting the content, editing yourself, because you already know what you shot, and kind of as you're shooting, you kind of already visualize the
Yeah.
story. So it was, I usually like, I was liking the editing part more than the filming part.
Of course, it's always like the most comfortable part ever. You know, sitting
Yeah.
in a chair, sitting in front of a computer, and just like brainstorming. Okay, how am I gonna make this the best video possible?
Yeah, and then you could take it to wherever you want to go. Like, you could take it like the vibe. You could make the vibe to be more dramatic or more intense or fun.
So, quinceañeras, do you transfer over to start making skate videos, or was just filming clips with your friends
Well, I
and then
was-
just showing them? Like,
Before I was started, like, became a filmer for skateboarding. I used to skate, and then I used to skate for this skate shop name called Mainline Skate Shop.
I'm familiar with Mainline.
It's at Huntington Park. I used to ride for them, and then I got hurt. And then it's like, I still want to be involved with the skateboarding. So it's
Yeah.
like, but I can't skate. So what am I gonna do? So I was like, I'm gonna shoot all the riders. So I started
Wow.
filming the team, started making little videos, and then, I wasn't paying the bills at one point. So I'm like, I gotta like find something else to do. And I had a regular 9 to 5. I used to like package fish for like $6 an hour.
At the supermarket?
No, at a warehouse.
Oh,
And I was like, I'm gonna save up my money and buy like a camera. And then I bought a camera, and I was making a little bit of money. And then the owner of Mainline, name's Christian, like, he used to do like photo booths at like nightclubs.
mm-hmm.
So one time I was like, can I just tag along and take my camera? He's like, sure. And I just like, fuck it, I'm gonna make a little video. And I shot the little nightclub, and I made a little recap, little montage. And it got like 1,000 views the next day. People were like digging it. So I was like, I'm gonna come back and shoot another one. I shot another one, but it was okay. So then I took a break, and I'm like, because they had a resident, and I felt like it was like a battle, because it's like, I came out of nowhere to his territory, and I dropped the video.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So then the second one he made was like, he went all out, and I was like, damn, that's dope. I was like, how am I gonna top this? So I took a break. I was like, what can I do that's different? I came back third week, dropped the video, and then I had a residency. And
At this club.
yeah, at this club, which was like the Heist, which was like the hottest nightclub in Hollywood at the time.
So, I don't know how it is nowadays, because being 2020. Like, I mean, when was that when you did this?
2006, and I was shooting on the FX1.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I just want to just catch up right now. But so you made this video, and then that catapulted you to get into residency. Is it like that now? Do you think, to go into clubs, or everyone has a camera and anyone
Well,
could just do that?
At that time, cameras weren't so affordable.
That's true too.
And like, there was no DSLRs. I mean, there was DSLRs, but no one was really tapping in, and they weren't at the price that they are now. So it's like, no one could really like go into a club with a camera. And at the time, like, I was already kind of in, so I just kept doing every nightclub in sight. I was editing, shooting, and then I was like, more people started getting in and started using like the mini DVs. And then I came upon a video on Vimeo of this club in somewhere in Europe, and they shot with the 5D Mark II. And I was like, quality, it's like next level, looks like a movie.
Yeah, it probably was like over the top. And I remember seeing DSLR footage and being like blown away by it. I think it was the first time for me was when I came out here in 2012. I had to use a 7D to film skating, and I was like, what is this? This is like weird. And then when I saw Pretty Sweet trailer, Ty Evans, that blew my mind. I was like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, all right, I'm giving up. I'm not, I can't do this no more. This is crazy. But no, actually, eventually, of course, it inspired me, but I was just blown away on the lenses they were using.
Yeah.
I was like, this is filmed on these cameras?
Yeah, so at the time, I was like, I gotta go and buy one of these cameras. Like, I didn't know how much they were. I was like, I need to get a setup. So I went, got a setup. I got the 5D Mark II with the 24-70, and I got a car mount. And I didn't even know how to use the car mount. And I went straight to the club. We set up the car mount on a car, like fully out of the box with a 24-70 with the suction cups.
Wow.
And we started doing the club video, because my whole mindset was like, how can you make a club video fresh, where you want to go to the club and it just doesn't feel like people are dancing? So I started getting creative, started making them like little movies. So we used the car mount of them driving through Hollywood Boulevard, and it was with a 5D Mark II, so the like it just looked like a movie.
Wow.
So that gave me like everybody wanted that look. So then I just started getting bookings everywhere, and then it's like, then for the next 4 years I was just
Club.
all over the place doing clubs, and then, but as I was doing the clubs, I was doing like the hottest nightclubs in Hollywood, but at the same time like like there'll be people from the industry that would always go to these clubs, so I would always be networking. Like, hey, how are you doing? Here's my business card. And like, not a business card, but I used to always carry like this chain. There wasn't a chain. It was just like, flyer parties. How they have like the name of their club. Mine's just said like my MySpace, but my MySpace was like myspace.com mainline movie or something like that.
That's tight.
I used to always rep the skate shop, and so I used to just carry that, and that was like my calling card. And then I met like the right people at the right time when the industry was slowly about to like, because I was in the EDM scene, like the electronic music scene, so it still hadn't like become what it became now.
Yeah.
So I was in it before and at the right time, and I met like the right people, and I always kept it cool and networking, and like, yo, do you need me to shoot? Do you need me to shoot? I would always send out emails like every day, like at least 30 emails a day. Like, yo, do you need somebody? Like, I could shoot for free. Like, I could shoot for free. And then people would just be like, yo, let's do it. And then usually would shoot for free the first time, but then the second time I'll get paid. And it wasn't a lot, but it was like the beginning so for me it was a lot of money because it was more than I was making working at a warehouse.
Yeah, packaging fish.
Yeah. And then what sucked is I had like an afro. So and I didn't have a car, so you would think like my hair would be smelling like fish, leaving like at 3-4 o'clock, and everybody's getting out of school, and I was like the smelly fish guy. I was like the smelly fish guy, and I'm like this, like, but I didn't care because I was just trying to.
You're just trying to make it.
Yeah, and then eventually I was making what I was making in 2 weeks. I was making in 1 week, doing nightclubs. So then eventually I told everybody I was working with, like, I think I'm gonna like gamble and go with this. And they're all like, nah, it's not going to work out. You're going to end up here. And I'm like, I don't know. It just feels like.
You just felt a feeling that, like, when you're passionate about something, it's the right thing to do. And other people are going to be like, don't do it.
Yeah, they were exactly like, don't do it. You're going to be here next week. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it.
Yep. I know exactly how you feel, bro.
Took a gamble. And they were all like betting against me.
Oh, man. That's like a real good conversation and subject. I feel like it's always like that. I feel like people will always not bet against you, but they always are like scared of their own dreams.
Yes.
So they're gonna be like, nah, I think you should just stay where you're at.
Trying to project it on you.
Yeah, and you have this feeling of like, no, I think I'm gonna do this because I just feel it in my heart and I just feel it in my soul that I really want to go to the next level with this. And yeah, man, I feel like you're telling me a story of my own, and that's what I love because I get to sit and talk to you about your dreams and passions now and like, showcase it to the world so they can hear your story. But yeah, back to what you're saying. You're just getting me really excited right now. I'm getting amped up right now.
And I was like, fuck it, let's just do it. Let's run with it and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And this industry is not all like this. It's not all ups. It's ups and downs. Like sometimes you're up, life is good, and sometimes like financially it's like, yo, like there's no work. So it's like, for me, it's like, I don't want to be there, so I'm constantly pushing. Like, yo, you need a video, you need this, you need that. And I started working with different managements, and they had artists under them, and I started working with, like, the first artist I worked with was Peanut Butter Wolf. It was like a DJ. He used to DJ with Damn Funk. Some, like, I don't even know what genre they were doing. But I started with them, and then their manager was also managing Steve Aoki, but like I was all shooting like the artist under Steve, but I always wanted to shoot Steve, and then I would get the chances because he'll do a lot of the parties I would do, and his energy was always like, damn, like I used to love filming him, LMFAO, and Tyga.
Crazy.
And then I was like even before I worked for any of them, and I was like, these guys have the best like energy. It's like the best people to like to document. And then one day people were Tyga tweeted on Twitter in 2011 like, yo, I need a videographer. like send me names, and everybody was sending my name.
What?
Everybody. And then he DM'd me. He DM'd me, and then we got on a call, and he's like, "Yo, like we want you to come on tour with us and Chris Brown on the Fame tour." And I was like, "Yeah, like this is how much I need a day," because I already had a set price. Because I've been like, over the years, I kind of developed my price, and they were like, "Oh, we can't afford you." And I was like, "Well, it'll be a good look, so let's do it." So I jumped on the Tyga, the Chris Brown Tyga Fame tour for 3 months.
How old were you? Sorry to cut you out. How old were you there?
Was I 21 yet? I think I might have been 21. Yeah.
So you went to the club scene, did it all. You're 21 years old, going on the Fame tour.
Yeah.
Where is this like, you know, because, you know, it's set price or whatever, but like, were you just like tripping at the same time? Were you like, you didn't want to say no, but didn't want to say, like, you were just in between, or was it just like.
I was like, I wanted it. It was going to be a for sure yes, but it's like, I want to negotiate. Like, I know my worth.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always known my worth with Tyga, so they were like, they respect that. And they're like, "Oh, we can't afford it, but like, can you work with us?" And I was like, "Can you work with the price?" And I was like, "Well, let's do it for like a little bit, and then like let's rework on the price." And then next thing you know, I was on tour for 3 months. And for me, touring was a new experience because it's like, you know, like the bus becomes your home. And it's like, there's bus rules, like you can't do number 2. You know, you got to shower when you could shower, when there's a shower.
Wow. So I guess when you get to the hotel, I guess.
Yeah, we get like a day room, or that like most of the venues have showers.
Damn.
Yeah, but
and you're out this time too. You're editing on the road, right?
Yes.
So,
like,
but at this time, the Fame tour, was there Instagram? I don't know. I can't remember. Did it just start? But there was only pictures, I think, because Instagram.
I think it just kind of had started.
But media, was you
I think,
were you on blogs, or were you on?
We were just YouTube. YouTube. Yeah, I think we're just YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, because I was Instagram. I feel like.
Because it was YouTube and WorldStar, because all the blogs on WorldStar was our blogs and Rick Ross's blogs at the time were the ones that were like the people that were really blogging on the hip hop.
Blogs were hot too then.
And that was with Spiffy TV.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Spiff and us, like the ones that were like constantly blogging, like in 2011, 2012, like the start of the blogs. Like we did like, I think the Fame tour was our season 1. We did like 12 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we go search those videos up?
I'm sure they're up, but I mean like, they might be down due to copyright infringement because music and you know.
Do you ever go back and watch your old work and be like, damn, I could have did this better, or I could have?
I actually do, but since I go back, because like before everybody, you know, before like Instagram, everybody was able to enjoy like a longer video, a longer blog. Now that we have Instagram, everybody's like 1 minute, or even before it was like 15 seconds. It's like, now it's like I go back and I'll be like, damn, like that was a good video, even though it was long. It was like my whole thing about long videos is like, I don't want to bore you.
Yeah,
like,
you want to be able to tell a story.
I want to tell a story, and if I can't tell a full story, I'm just gonna go short. But like my editing style is pretty much like a skateboarding video, which if you look at every EDM video, like the montage blogs, it's pretty much skateboarding videos. Montage, B-roll, raw clip. Montage, B-roll, raw clip. It's like skateboarding is like, you know, you do like the time lapses, the B-roll, and then they do like a lifestyle clip, and then they do a trick.
That's crazy. I wonder if anyone's ever seen, like picked up on how style you do. Like, wait, that, like to them, like you're thinking skateboarding.
Yeah, I'm thinking skateboarding.
Other video guys are like, whoa, this is like next level.
Sometimes I go back to skate videos and see how they did like transitions, like the I think it was the Nike debacle video, and I'll be like, how they do the intros.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna take some of this and sprinkle it over here, because it's like it pretty much like the whole. If you look at all the videos, to me it feels like a skateboarding video. Like my editing style is like skateboarding video, raw, B-roll, like narrative, kind of like more like a Bakerish vibe.
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah, hijinks.
And then like montage, polish. Like sometimes I'll go raw depending on the client. I'll go more like a Baker. Or I'll go more of a DC.
That's
like,
funny.
polished.
Do you actually tell them like, "Hey, I'm gonna give this a Baker style"? They're
Nah,
like, "Wait,
'cause
what?"
a lot of them don't know about skateboarding,
Yeah.
but they know about skateboarding, but they're not like into skateboarding. Like Tyga in 2012 hit me up. And he's like, I was already on the team, but he had a clothing brand name called Last Kings.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Chris, start a skateboarding team.
Really?
So I picked up, like I picked up 3 riders, like 2 rode for, Identity, and then 1 rode for I forgot another skate shop. But they're pretty good. And then like we had boards, we had merch, and it lasted for a year because we stopped due to funding.
What's cool about that though is that like you probably changed those kids' lives and like it like brought them into a different world, you know, music
Yeah.
and skating colliding. And I
Yeah.
always love seeing that. Like I don't mind it. I think it's cool when I think like an artist will be like how Pharrell did with
Yeah.
Ice Cream.
Yeah, because I think that's like how he thought like that was the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, like I come from skateboarding, so I don't want to make it about Tyga. I want to make it about skateboarding. And
Yeah.
just Tyga's just affiliated with the brand.
That's dope.
Yeah. And that lasted for a year. And one of our riders was like on S. And he like hooked me up with some S shoes. And then he plugged me in with S. And that's how I got connected with S.
Yeah, because I seen you post a lot of shoes. Before I actually got to meet you, I was like, who's this guy? Like, he's everywhere. And he's like, is he a skater? Like, does he
Yeah.
just like skating? Like, and I saw you messing with S, and like, I know Kelly and Don, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is dope. And then I just seen you just have shoes on everybody, like whoever you were around. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is sick.
Yeah. So like 2 years ago, I think we're going on 2.5, almost 3, is when I became like an ambassador for S. And like, so all I do is like travel the world and just rep the brand, try to get it to like all these other countries like most skaters don't go to, because I have like the access to
Mhm.
like all these parts of the world.
So if you see somebody who's like dope, then you're across country, like, yo, let me hit you, like, let
Yeah.
me get you, like, tell Don or somebody, like, yo, we
Yeah.
gotta get these guys some shoes.
Or
like,
usually like people come up to me and be like, "Yo, I love that S." And it's like, "Are those old?" And I'll be like, "No, they're like retro, like they're re-released."
yeah.
And people are like, and I'll be like, "I got you. Give me shoot me a size and your
Bro,
address."
I could talk about S all day right now. Like that was like I remember having the CCS catalog and circling the Costin one.
Yes.
And being like, I need this shoe
With
because
the brown XL though.
yeah, I know the Brown XL. I just think of Tom Penny,
Yep.
P Rod. Like this, that shoe is like the staple. That shoe forever
That
is
and the
like
Costin one.
yeah, man. That era of skateboarding. I mean, whoever, if you guys know, in the skateboard world, S is like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like
it's
the dream team.
man, I remember like tripping because back then we would have LimeWire, and I remember like my
Oh, yeah.
homie got the S Germany tour. That's when like they all went to Germany. And this was before like when the internet would just started getting videos
Yeah, I remember
and like.
LimeWire.
But I don't know if that video ever fully came out. I think it might have came out on VHS, but like. He had I have the S Germany tour, and he showed me it was like this black and white video. There were guys on tour, and I remember P Rod messing up these stairs, and then I would have to go home because I didn't have a
Yeah,
computer, so I
At
would
the
only get to
time,
watch
people
it.
had VHS, like
Yeah,
a 401. It's like that's when we got our like to watch your skate videos on cassettes or DVDs.
man, kids nowadays they don't understand.
They
You
got it
guys,
easy.
you got it easy. You could search one button and get
Yeah,
everything you
on
need.
YouTube, thank you, YouTube.
But yeah, YouTube exactly. But I still love the feeling of putting in a skate video and watching it. Like I have a DVD player,
What do
I
you
have a
have,
VHS at my parents' house, but I have like most of those VHS videos on DVD. So I
Yeah.
like go home, like sometimes be like, you know what, forget YouTube. I want to get like the actual DVD
Yeah.
quality, what the VX looks
And
like,
then like
and
the
like
bonus features. Even though
exactly,
you can still find the bonus features on YouTube.
exactly. Man, you don't understand. If you don't understand, it's that feeling like.
Yeah.
I want skateboarding to almost go back like that, where it's like nobody puts stuff out, but everybody
But
has to
now-
put stuff out to be relevant. But it's
Yeah,
like,
it's because like now we're living the time of content. Everything's content. Content.
I feel like
Content.
somebody is gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna go back the retro way, and I'm gonna stick to it. And then I feel like people are gonna all try to do it. Even I feel like in music, I feel like they should do that too a little bit. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
some artists do that where they hold back their music. They're not like quick to pull the
Yeah.
trigger on like I'm gonna drop this song. I'm gonna drop this song. You know,
Well, those
like,
are like those artists that know they have timeless music. The people that drop are the ones that are like, I need to get it out because that's what it is now,
mm-hmm.
and just constantly stay with the scene. Versus you have like your Kendricks and your Coles. It's like I could drop whenever. Like,
yeah, they'll just
like,
work on a project and
Yeah.
feel like I'm gonna take my time with it. Like
Yeah.
it's not on you guys' time; it's on my
it's
time.
like I'm trying to. This is for me, you know. Like it does. Like however it does, it's gonna do. But like I love this project, and I'm not gonna rush it. You know.
And I feel like that a lot of people who are in like this world of like entertainment or something get tied up with like trying to make stuff for other people when they should just make it for themselves.
Yeah.
I always reference back to this Seth Rogen quote. He's like, I don't make movies for, I think he said this, I want to quote this, but I think he said like, I don't make movies for other people. I make them for me and my friends.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's the coolest thing ever. And I was like,
That's
when
like the skateboarding mentality.
yeah, like I just feel like we should just do what makes us happy.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone else will see that through your work and resonate, and everyone
Yeah.
will be like, this is exciting.
Yeah, I could relate.
Yeah, I just hope maybe we can get back to old days, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they called the old days,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I guess we're old heads.
I'm trying to stay as young as possible, bro. Like I'm 29. I'm not trying to get any older. So
Man.
I'm just trying to have fun with this, but yeah, let's. I mean, I feel like we're
Yeah,
getting tired. We're getting
yeah.
too excited, sidetracked. But yeah, so
So yeah, that's how I started. That's how I kind of got back into skateboarding. In that time, like in working through Tyga, but I was always in with skateboarding because even when I was doing the nightclub stuff, I was sponsored by a brand called Just Live.
yeah,
JSLV
yeah.
with like Preves.
yeah,
Yeah, so I was on JSLV throughout like my whole shooting nightclubs, and even though I was still like doing other things, the skateboarding still came around 360. Like, no matter what, like I was on tour with Steve, and we were I don't know, we were in Switzerland, we were somewhere in Europe, and we ran into Costin because Costin was in Point Break. It's a Point Break movie, the new one.
yeah. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and Steve was on Point Break too, so we were just casually hanging out and eating, I think, alpaca or some type of weird dish, and we're hanging out with Costin in Germany, and Germany, I don't know, somewhere in Europe, and I was like,
Was that the first time you met Eric, or
yeah, that was the first time I met Eric.
so then you just started probably rifling off questions like, bro, how
No,
was it?
I just kept it cool,
Kept it
like,
cool?
you know, like, hey, like, nice to meet you, but I was like, can I get a photo? Like, I never asked people for photos, and I'm like, can I get a photo? Like, this is Costin, like, I gotta get a photo. So I got a photo with Costin. I thought it was pretty cool.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
Costin. Yeah, I mean that's idol. I mean for that time, like yeah, I mean he's still to this day.
Yeah, he's like Kobe.
Yep. Actually, I don't. But
What do
see,
you-
it's hard. I feel like P Rod's Kobe and he's MJ. I don't know. I just feel like. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
you're right.
First
You're
generation,
right.
but
Yeah.
I feel you on that. I feel you
Yeah.
on that. But yeah, same thing with me. I feel like, bro, trip out. I still trip out to this day, like, cause I'm friends with all these guys. So
Yeah.
like, I remember being a kid and telling like my homies like, watch one day, cause I used to call them like all these guys by their first name.
Yeah.
Oh man, Paul's part was sick in that video. Mikey's part, and they're like, bro, why you? My friend's like, yo, why you calling them by your first name like you know them? And I was like, just watch. I'm gonna know these dudes. And then sure enough,
Yeah.
I know them.
Yeah.
It's wild, the way the
It's
world
crazy.
works. Yeah, so you went on tour with Tyga. You came back. So did you go back on tour with him again, or you kept doing videos with him, or
he
did
took
you?
a break to work on an album, and when he took the break, one of Steve's managers hit me like, "Yo, you want to come on tour with Steve?" And I was like, "Let's do this." And that was like, the EDM world is so different from the rap world, like just two different vibes. So I went on the Steve Aoki tour, and it was like another bus tour. And it was like 2 months, but it was like a different machine because it's like Steve is very like health savvy, so it was like wake up, work out, shoot me working out. All right, now we're gonna go studio, shoot me in the studio. Now we're gonna do the show.
Wow.
Now I need to edit by the time I wake up, and then we do that every day.
So yeah, he pretty much gave you the template from the first day you got on,
Yeah.
and you knew this was like, oh wow, this is gonna be
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah, because before that, like I would do videos, like he would be like at a club and I'll shoot it and I'll be like, yeah, and I take my time. Now it's like, yo, like content, because we gotta promote each show of the night before to promote ticket sales for the day after. So it's like, and we do shows back to back.
Wow.
Sometimes we do even 4 shows in a day. and that's when you have to fly on a jet.
So how was your first jet experience? Were you tripping?
Um, it was cool. It wasn't like, I think I was sitting in the restroom because there's way too many people.
Really?
Yeah.
No
And
way.
it's like that's like a thing. Like if you're your first time in a jet, you gotta sit in the back. Yeah. But it's like the initiation. But it was cool. It's just sometimes I feel like I sleep better on a commercial flight than on a jet sometimes.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'm really tired, so it doesn't matter. As long
Yeah,
as I
you
have
just
a
knock
pillow,
out.
I could just like fall asleep.
So you're doing the tour. You got to go through jets as well, like, or are you just on the bus for the 2 months?
For the first year it was like bus, and then we started doing jets for the summer, because it's in the summer we're in Europe, so it's like you do 4 shows in 4 different countries. So you start off with like show number 1 at 8, show number 2 at 11, show number 3 at like 3, and then you get like a 6 a.m. sunrise show.
What?
Because it's like summer break or summer Europe.
Yeah.
It's just like nonstop parties, so much opportunity to make money. It's like also like you don't really sleep.
Sounds crazy, but I think I might have to jump on one of these trips with you, man.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need me to hold the battery or something.
It's like how when you skate and you do like those all-nighters. Think of that, but 2 months. I guess that's kind of like being on a skate tour, like shooting for the video part.
Yeah, just having a set schedule and knowing exactly like day to day.
Yeah, having like a release date, like yo. But my release date was next day. After
next day, literally next day air, bro.
Yeah, but like towards like it got more every year. It got more intense that they saw that I can't be shooting all this and editing all this. So we got like a Europe team now where we like send out all the content I shoot. We send it out and they do like bi-monthly episodes. Because before I would like edit 4 videos on YouTube a month, and it was just like
a lot of work.
Daily like Instagram videos. It was just a lot.
Yeah, it could get a lot.
Yeah. And then Steve loves content. You look at his
bro. I watch his Instagram and he's so intense, but it's so good because the energy is so amazing.
Yeah.
That like you just have to like be involved. You're just like throw a cake in my face, bro.
Yeah,
like you start
cake.
like freaking out. You're like
every time on my birthday I get caked. Yeah.
Your videos are sick, man. I be watching your little recap videos. I'm like tripping on them.
Like now I'm doing content for myself, of myself.
That's dope.
Yeah, GoPro. Shout out GoPro for sending me some GoPros.
Yeah, GoPro.
And I've been loving this new 360 Max.
I know I haven't had my chance to get one yet, but hopefully after this episode comes out, I'll have like one to have some videos out. But yeah,
360 Max is like,
it looks amazing.
It's on another level. It's just like a different dynamic. And if you have like a good imagination, you could take it somewhere else. Like I could pretty much shoot a music video with it, but I haven't yet. But I might.
Well, shit. Let me know when that comes out so you can post it on here.
I want to try it with a little bit of skateboarding. I don't know how it would look because it's like 360, and you have to have like this, like the pole in the right place. Yeah.
Well, I've seen Dr. Purple Teeth. I don't know if you're familiar with Hoops. He does a lot of the GoPro stuff, but he's been using the 360 Max, and his stuff looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
It looks crazy. He's like going here, going there, and moving around. I'm like, holy shit. Oh, and Chris Ray too. Chris Ray does a lot with the 360.
Yeah, because that's just, it's like it just gives it another like dynamic to my work.
Yeah. I mean, it gives it that like ching.
Yeah, it's just like something different, but you gotta like it's so affordable that everybody could have a 360 Max. So it's just like, how could I use it that's different? And then like I'm gonna use it with my day-to-day work, which is concerts and people getting caked in the face.
And that's also too good because it's like it kind of ups your value in your work, and it also brings you into a creative level that you never tapped in before.
It was a refreshment for me.
Yeah?
I was refreshed. I was like, now I feel like I want to go create even more. Like now I'm like at a city, and if I have a day off, I'm like, what can I do? How can I really put this 360 to use?
And that's the beautiful part about being a videographer or somebody who's in that world. You love trying out different things and actually not being scared to step out of your normal set comfort of filmmaking. Yeah. And that's like, To me, I feel like with photography and filmmaking, there isn't a right or wrong. I think it's just the way you think it's right.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
my
and for me,
mindset.
I'm trying to develop a new style, so I'm trying it out on myself, and little bits of it, I'll sprinkle off, and test it out with like an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, I see like their feedback and reaction, see if like they like it, because some people might like a certain style, and it's like this is just too weird or too.
Yeah.
So I was just slowly like testing it out, but people seem to like it, so I'm like slowly going in that direction. So now I carry like 3 cameras, which is like too much. It's like an overkill, but
The
it's
backpack's
like,
getting way too heavy now.
yeah, but it's because like I like doing these like stop motion kind of videos also, and incorporate like stop motion party vibe photography with the GoPro and maybe even like the Sony,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like each camera serves a purpose, and sometimes I don't have time or I'm too lazy. I even shoot a video on my phone.
But then it comes out being the best video possible, and then it opens up the doors to be like, do I use the phone today? Do I use this? Do I use
sometimes
that?
it's like I can't take my backpack out, so I'm just gonna use my phone, put the stabilizer on,
And just go.
and it works out. People don't even know the difference. Like I've used my phone to shoot a Tyga music video, and they like 4 million views, and like no one knew I shot it on my phone.
Top secret.
And it's like, so this is like whatever's reliable. It doesn't matter the quality as long as you have the shot. Like you have like the composition and the angle versus the quality of I always put VHS filters on my footage.
Yeah.
It could be red footage. I put a VHS filter on it. Like I don't care.
Yeah, it gives it a vibe.
Yeah.
I like the DSLR look. I like the lenses. It gives it that cinematic feel. But I feel like for skateboarding, it needs to be instant. It needs to be like, you need to get this like motion and just like feeling. So like I feel like this camera has brought that sense of vibe.
Nice. And you still have the VX, right?
I got the VX.
Didn't you shoot a video all VX?
I did.
Recently?
Yeah, I did. It was called Diamonds in the Rough. I did a VX video, and I feel like that brought me back to how you were saying before. Like I feel like sometimes as a creator, you get in a rut, but then you find something that
It's like
you
refreshing.
use. It is refreshing.
Yeah.
Like I said with the GoPro Max, like the VX was my camera that I was using for a minute in the skate park at Diamond, and then I was just like, take it to the streets, and then like started getting more footage.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I had this like 8-minute piece, and I was like, this is dope. Like excited, and it got me like inspired, and that's like the beautiful part is about our jobs is like we find ourselves being in a rut, but then we find ourselves getting out of that and just like being inspired constantly and constantly creating. But that's awesome.
Know what
man.
used to always motivate me was all the video premieres.
The exciting feeling of kids coming there and being watching for the first time, and like a nervous reaction, but an excited reaction.
I went to the first one I went to was Fulfill the Dream.
Yeah, I was with Sammy the other day. I was chilling with Sammy Baptista, and I actually was asking him about the shorty days and like chilling with Muska.
I went to the Fulfill the Dream, and then
that must have been insane.
Yeah, and the most insane one was the DC video. I went to that one.
You were there?
Yeah, at the Chinese theater. That was just like they just took it on another level.
Can you remember that premiere like to this day? Like if it just like think back like.
I mean, a little bit of it. Like I remember the video part, like the sound quality was amazing. With the speakers from the movie theater, it was just like and the helicopter and like the production value. I was like, what is this? Is this a movie or is it a skate video?
Yeah, DC video was dope. I remember when that came out, and I was tripping on all the stuff then. I still watch it to this day.
Yeah.
All those videos that we talk about are classics, man. They're all classics.
And they had a good soundtrack.
Yeah, that's the one beautiful thing about skate videos is about good music.
But then the ones that really like took videos into a different like level were all the girl videos.
Yep. Yeah, right.
Yep. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. 2003. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I was 13, and you were probably, I don't know how old you then. 2003, you were like
17, 18.
So that probably was like so impactful for you because you're in LA.
Yeah.
I'm in Long Island, like watching this video and being like, oh my god. So you probably went to those spots and be like, oh, USC or this one, and that's where the so and so Lockwood and like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can only imagine how in that era for you in 2003, skateboarding in LA was probably like unreal.
Yeah.
Skate spots were probably easier to go to. I tell people all the time, it's like now it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah. But not like even though it's getting harder and harder, there's like a lot of these street plazas. Are they still around?
Yeah, there's a lot of plazas everywhere.
Yeah, they have like these cool little ledges, you know.
But you know how it is as skaters. Like, there has to be street cred.
Yeah,
you got to get kicked out. You got to have the whole vibe.
That's like the whole part of skateboarding to go
Yeah.
through that. You know, now like I like a lot of people go to these skate plazas just to make these IG clips.
That is like a whole nother.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother
Like-
conversation by itself. Yeah,
Yeah.
Instagram
It's
skateboarding.
like
is
before it was like, you know, you drive out far you to like some set of stairs and it take you a while. You get the trick in, and you save it for a video part. Now it's like you shoot it, you upload it. What's next for tomorrow?
I just don't feel like there's no appreciation anymore in anyone's craft, and I feel like it's so redundant that we feel like you lose inspiration with
True.
that. It's good. Don't get me wrong, because the skater's constantly active and he's constantly
Yeah,
seen.
and you're constantly discovering new writers,
Yeah, definitely.
and some of these kids are incredible.
I
Like-
don't. Yeah,
Like, I don't know what the difference between then and now. Now it's like, how are you doing these tricks? Like how?
I feel like the more the kids get older or the generation changes, I feel like they have like a program in their body. I always tell people, like, I mean, this funny quote about like having a different skeleton. I feel like in certain eras this sounds really obscure what I'm gonna say right now, but I feel like every skater that came in those eras skated that way.
Yeah.
So like the Jamie Thomases and the Chad Muskas weren't about skating too much tech. You know, they
Yeah.
learned it over time, but it was more about going big and skating
Yeah.
rails. So it was like, I feel like it was like not one dimension skating, because I don't know if that sounds correct, but I feel like kids now have to be like, I need to be tech. I need to be like the Shane O'Neills and the
Yeah.
P-Rods. And
Some kids are tech and go big.
that is, or even transition.
Yeah.
Skate all.
I'm like, how? This is dope. But how? It's like, what's in the water now?
I don't know. I wonder that to this day too. I mean, I feel like I bet all these older pros see it and they're just like, what?
Yeah.
Still can progress, still change the game. But also, it's funny when you go back though, you find old videos. Like I was watching the Day One Song documentary, and he was doing tricks people are doing now.
Yeah.
Like fakey tray switch front blunts on
Yeah.
curbs.
Yeah.
People are just now taking it to bigger ledges, but it's just like, damn. So you already did that then.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what?
True. So do you still skate though?
Me?
Yeah.
Not a while. I need to start skating more. Like I feel like we need to get on a session and
Yeah,
go skate.
I'm trying to shoot a part, but like maybe like 3 or 4 tricks. Part of my little like videos I do on my Instagram.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, we
you know,
should go. We should go and get some clips, man. I
Like
feel like I need to get back in more. I get clowned all the time. They're like, man, you say you a skater, but you ain't skating. But I was just like, bro, like, I feel like you get in that habit of working and doing stuff. You get so lost in your craft that you forget why you're here to begin with. And I feel like I need to like really showcase. And I feel like, yeah, bro, like the one time we went skating, we need to like do this more.
Yeah. 'Cause I can still do like a nollie hill and a kickflip. That's about it.
So get nollie on the kickflip every single time in your edit. So you'll
That's
always
what I was
have one.
thinking. But I was thinking maybe I'll just do like a nice little manual trick.
Yeah, I'm not too good with manuals. I have to figure out how to get back and balancing my weight over here. But yeah, man, we should definitely go skate and do some cool stuff.
We definitely should.
Being in the entertainment world and now like being able to film with all those guys that have been on tour with them, like how is it like being in the studio and being like not saying I guess the fly on the wall, because you can't kind of be, I feel like in those scenarios you can't be like, hey, like what do you gotta just kind of be like
Yeah. Well, usually I get the best footage when I don't interfere. So I just let them if they're having a conversation, do not interrupt. I'm just rolling. Usually I get the best sound bites because they're just in their own worlds, in their own space, like interacting with other like musicians or writers, and I get like the best content that I can use for narration, or just the best like I just get the best content out of it when I'm the fly in the wall.
I like that term, fly on the wall. No, that's sick. I feel like being in the studio and seeing these guys create, I guess you could so-called magic, it's like probably insane because you get the document and then
Yeah.
rewatch over and be like, oh my God, I have
Yeah.
gold right here.
Yeah, I've seen Tyga create like 3 songs a day, 2 songs a day, like bangers.
And you're just like, the world's not going to hear it, but I got
Yeah,
to hear it. And
I
you're
get-
just like, when is this coming out? We
Yeah.
don't know. And
Yeah, I just shoot, and we'll be in the studio, and I'll be like, damn, this is it's a banger.
So you were in the studio when he made Taste.
I was in the studio after he made Taste. Like I was started. I came back 'cause I was on tour with Steve, and I came back right after he made Taste, and he was about to drop it, and was trying to plan when to drop it.
So when you came back and he's like, "Yo, Chris, I got a banger, bro," or like
Yeah, it
he
was-
just like, I mean, terminology, I would be like, he's probably like, "Bro, I got a hit. I feel
Yeah.
like this is the one."
Like we knew it, and it was there. And he had that, and he had Swish, and we were just coming off of this album called Kyoto, which was like a different vibe. So this is like his pocket. Taste was his pocket. And then I was there when he recorded Coloco. I was there when he recorded Mamacita and Macarena.
Macarena's going crazy.
Yeah, he knew that one.
Remember the first time I saw that, it was like he made like a funny little, like, I think it was like a Thriller video.
Yes.
And that's when I saw it. I was like, "Oh, this is about to be a hit." It was like, it was just like, oh, I'm
It's
like, oh.
Who can make the Macarena sound ratchet and dope at the same
I
time?
loved all the memes that came out with it. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I should use this on the skate edit right now before anyone like. That's one thing too about when good music comes out or like hits like that. You want to be like, I guess you say IG clips. You want to be able to have the
Yeah.
first edit with that song on there,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh, what? And it's always like that. But that's
Yeah.
so sick. Must be the most like amazing feeling, like to be able to be like, wow, I get to do
Yeah.
this.
It's documented. It's part of history. Some of it is like moments that are like part of history, but no one will ever see until like there's like a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome. I'm on tour with these guys,
Yeah.
skating, incorporating a lot of things. Like, dude, you're living the life, man. Like they would say.
I'm tired. The tired life, but it's a good life.
Do you get to take some naps or anything?
I take naps like well, Steve has a documentary. It's called "I'll Sleep When I'm Dead," and like he goes hard. Like our thing is sleep when you can. Sleep on the car ride to the airport. Sleep on that flight. Get a nap in because we go, and it's literally like you'll sleep till you're dead. Is like the concept of his documentary, which good percentage of the footage is of the tour content I shot, and that film actually got nominated for a Grammy.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you look at that documentary, and there's like a shot of that he's like doing an interview on the jet. If you look in the back, I'm like asleep, passed out, on the jet. That was like my cameo.
Were you upgraded in the seat, or you were
No,
in the tour? You were in the bathroom.
I
in
was
this
in the
one?
bathroom this time.
Oh, okay.
That was it. Yeah, I was upgraded.
That's good,
got,
man.
got my miles up. Yeah.
That's good, Chris.
But yeah, like this whole like we go so hard when I tour with him that it's like sleep when you can, because when we land, we go. It's kind of like skateboarding. Like you go explore. Like you go look for the next skate spot. So we look for the next like photo spot, or like if it's like a town where like in a different country where it's like the locals, we go like like interact with locals and like get like culture. Kind of like skateboarding. Like when if you were to go to Thailand, you're gonna go look for a spot.
Yeah, you're in the car. You get out of the car. You instantly right away. It's like,
yeah.
yo, pull the camera. I'm going to jump down these stairs. It's
I'm
like,
shoot
yeah.
B-roll. I'm gonna shoot the B-roll to show everybody I was here. Sometimes I still go back and look at skate videos and be like, all right, I remember they went on the Asia tour. Let me see how they shot it, and I'll go back, and I'll see how they shot it. I'm going to Thailand, so I went back to Manikamati, Costin Part
Yup.
to reference it, just to like get an idea of how they got it, and at the same time I was like, I might use the same music that he used, and shoot like a recap video of myself in Thailand. Kind of pay homage to Costin.
That's sick.
And so I had that idea, and I went back and I looked at like, all right, so I know I'm going into some of these temples. I was like, I can't dress up like a Buddhist monk though, or do Thai kickboxing,
Yeah.
but I could shoot some like the similar B-roll. And like, I guess I still go back to the skateboarding mentality of filming skateboarding to apply to my current style of filming.
Yeah.
Same thing when I shoot a music video. It's like,
Yeah, you have that authentic skate feel.
yeah,
I like it. I think that's amazing. I feel like people that I encounter in your world or people I get to meet, like somehow skated, grew up skating,
True.
love skating, had a friend who skated.
Yeah.
I feel like I always tell people skateboarding is everywhere. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it some
There's
way,
a lot
shape,
of people
or
in the
form.
industry like Darren Miller,
Yup.
and then there's Mike Morasco. Yeah.
Mike Marasco, him,
Yeah.
Eric London.
Yeah. It's like a lot of people in the industry came from like
Skating.
skateboarding background. Yeah.
Make skate videos.
Video
Or we're sponsored
Or
skaters.
sponsored skaters. Or like Darren Miller. I didn't know he was on Sugar.
Darren, phenomenal skateboarder.
Yes.
I first seen him making the primitive apparel videos, and I was blown away on like the slow mo because I think might have had the FS 700
Yes.
before my.
He was-
yeah,
He was one of the first to have that camera like dominating.
And I was
like,
I'm like, is this a red? He's like, no, it's not.
yeah.
I remember tripping on his
So
work
it was like
too.
240. He was shooting at 240 frames.
Yeah,
right?
it was. I think it
And
could go up to
crispy.
1,000. I think
And crispy.
Yeah,
Crispy.
like the perfect thing. Slow mo.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Like sharp. But I mean, he's just really good at with his focus. He's like sharp.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
all those guys. I tip my hat to all those guys, and you of course yourself. Like I love seeing us skateboarders go into other things besides just skateboarding.
Other fields.
I feel like skateboarding gives us this cape, and we're like a superhero, and then we're like
Yeah.
we're gonna save the day,
Yeah.
and then we just end up in all these different avenues or
I
meet
feel like
different
it
people.
birthed me.
I
Pretty
feel like
much.
it did for me too with music. I feel like skate videos inspired me to listen to other things than just one genre of music.
True. Like the skateboarding videos always have like the best soundtracks, and like each brand has a different style.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you watch a Baker video, it's like it could go from like hip hop to like rock or punk, or like a Flip video just takes you a totally different direction.
Yep.
Like the Really Sorry video, like those videos had me listening to music I wouldn't even think I would be listening
And then
to.
over time, playing the video part because it's so good and the music just grows on you and
Yeah.
it becomes so good and everything's just like, wow, this is amazing. And then you play it in the car and like people are like, what are you listening
Yeah.
to? You're like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah, you don't understand. It's, Mark Appleyard's part on Really
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then you start naming the tricks from the song,
Yeah.
and then you're like, people are like, now you're crazy.
Yeah, it's like skateboarding. Oh man,
Who would have thought, man? Skateboarding.
who would have thought? Who would have thought I'm still like involving skateboarding in what I do?
I feel like once a skateboarder, always a skateboarder, no matter what. I don't care what it
Broken
is.
legs, messed up ankles.
Once a skater, always a
Yep.
skater. I don't care if you're in politics, whatever, you're still a skater. The mentality is always going to be a skater.
Yeah.
You're always going to think that's a skate spot. You're
Yep.
not going to forget it.
Yeah, or that could be a skate spot.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a skate spot, it's like this could be a skate spot.
I don't know, man. I just feel like I think we might have ended this on a high note right here. Like we just need to go skate. I think we're just talking too much skating. We just need to go skate.
Oh man, we should.
Nah, man. This was dope. I want to keep you here for another 5 hours, but I just want to chat with you and just know about you and let the world know about you. But nah, man, we gotta go skate. I think after this we're gonna have another video.
One time you invited me to the Diamond Park, and I just felt like I haven't skated in a while, and everybody's like dominating the park, and I'm like,
Yeah, but
and then
that's
you had like Schmatty
yeah.
come and do like some crazy tricks, and I'm like, I'm just gonna
Sit
go
down over here,
and do a
ma.
kickflip.
But I mean, it happens. But I feel like it's like a family, you know. Like
No, it
everyone's like so
Yeah.
like cool.
For me, I just didn't want to get in people's ways.
It's always like that because you need all this extra space.
Yeah.
To, like, especially for me, I'm like, I need as much space as possible just to do this one kickflip.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
don't
like-
everyone watch out.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna just watch you guys skate.
But, nah, man, we gonna skate.
Yeah.
So you guys are watching the Turning Point podcast. My
Yeah.
man Chris right here. You know what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I do. But we gonna go skate. We're gonna do a
We're
follow
about
up.
to do a game of skate right now. Swipe up.
We gotta do a game of skate. Is that what we're gonna do?
Swipe up right now.
Well,
Do skate.
Turning Point podcast. Man, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
We out. We gonna go skate. So
Yeah.
you guys finish this. We're gonna go skate.
Make sure to check the YouTube. And
YouTube,
watch this
subscribe,
thing.
like all that extra stuff. Follow. Thank you.